Hey, Robin Wilson here from Social Climber Pro. We do social media marketing and email marketing for dealerships across the country. And today I just wanted to visit a little bit about your brand versus your logo. And for dealerships, I think this is super important. And one of the things that I think is super important is that you know the difference. So if you are, let's say, a Chevrolet dealership, Chevy is not your brand. If you are Friendly Chevrolet, that's the name of your dealership, Friendly Chevrolet, what does Friendly Chevrolet do that's different than Bob Moore Chevrolet down the road? What do you mean to your community? And what do you mean to your employees? And what do you mean to your customers? What do you stand for at Friendly Chevrolet? What does Friendly Chevrolet actually mean to the community and to the people around you? And so those are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. So one of the things that I like to talk to dealerships about when I meet them is, so tell me about how your company started. Like sometimes they are generational, they've been in the family for years and their grandfather started this dealership and he did business on a handshake and a smile, and and then some of them are owned by big automotive groups who are, their philosophy is to have this many dealerships in this many states. But I always want to know about why the company started. So even if it's an automotive group, what made you want to own dealerships? Did you have an experience at a dealership that you thought, man, I can do this better? And so when talking about your brand versus your logo, we want to talk about that because just because, let's say that you're an automotive group and you own a Chevy dealership and a Kia dealership and a Toyota dealership and a Nissan dealership, so then are those for your brands? Or is your brand, Shelley Automotive Group? I don't even know if that name exists, but so what does Shelley Automotive Group stand for? What is their core values and their principles and how they do business with the community, how they cascade that down to their team? That's what your brand is. What are some of the things that you stand for? Like, are you really have a heart to give back to the animal community and support no-kill shelters? And you do everything you can to support that, and you show up at all of those events. And everyone knows when they think of Shelley Automotive Group that they know that no matter what city they're in, that they're going to be plugging into the local shelter and helping out. Those are some of the things that brand you as a dealership or as an automotive group. Are the things that you choose to support. So one of the things is, if you don't know, let's just say that you're a single rooftop and you don't know, you don't have it defined, somewhere as to what you mean to the community and what you mean to your employees and what you mean to your customers. Make up some small questionnaire for them and find them. And this is really scary because you're not going to know what they're going to respond. But some of the questions are, why did you do business with us? Why would you refer your friends to us? When you think of Shelley Automotive Group, what do you think? What do you know about us? Do you know that we're the low price leader, or that we always treat our customers right, or that we have the best service department in town? What are the things that you know about us? And then on the flip side, you have to also find the stuff that's maybe dark and ugly. So, where did we fail you? Why would you never refer us to someone else? You need to know the answers to these questions, first of all, so you can find out who you are in the public's eye, in your customer's eye, in the community's eye, and then also so you know where you can fix things and head in a direction that you want to go. So we want to be known as what? We want to serve the community how? We want our customers to feel what? And so these are the things that when you sit down and start to build who you are in your core values and your core purposes, it takes more than one person to come up with those. I worked with a dealership recently, and the entire management staff actually sat down and put ideas on the wall, big huge Post-its on the wall, and they all wrote down, so how do we feel like we should serve our customers? What are we delivering to them? And everybody had an idea, wrote them all out, and then as a collective group kind of voted on those and marked out the ones that were less important and pushed the ones that were more important to the top. And through this process, worked through a set of core values, core beliefs, and core purposes. And you have to, if you want your management staff especially to buy in to what these are, you can't just come and deliver them to them and go, these are our core values. You really have to let them help you work through those. For a couple of reasons. First of all, they're going to buy in. They're going to understand how you got to the conclusion that this is what our core value is. And then they will have some ownership of it and be able to cascade that down to the rest of the employees. So I'm going to read this to you about core values and core beliefs. So hang on, I got to get around here where I can see it. I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. So as defined by your dictionary, core values are the fundamental beliefs of a person or organization. The core values are the guiding principles that dictate behavior and action. Core values can help people to know what is right from wrong. They can help companies to determine if they are on the right path and fulfilling their business goals. And they create an unwavering and unchanging guide. There are many different types of core values and many different examples of core values depending upon the context. So then I found this other definition on Harvard Business Review, and it says that core values are the deeply ingrained principles that guide all of a company's actions. They serve as its cultural cornerstones. Collins and Porras succinctly define core values as being inherent, sacrosanct. They can never be compromised either for convenience or short-term economic gain. Core values often reflect the values of the company's founders. Hewlett and Packard celebrated the HP way is an example. They are the source of the company's distinctiveness and must be maintained at all costs. And so if you can see how important this is, not just a plaque on the wall that says these are our core values, this is what we believe. It's a guiding principle. And so in dealerships that I've worked with that have their core values outlined, when they come against a problem or a customer complaint or a choice to make, that they just don't know which way to go, they can go back to those core values and go, which one of these decisions goes hand in hand with where our core values are? Not any other guiding principle except for what do our core values say. I'm going to show you some that I helped to create with another company. Hang on. Okay, so these are narrowed down to just the core values, not the core purpose, just the core values. Then I have another company that I worked with also, and we'll go over theirs also. So this company, their core values that all of their employees have a copy of, looks like this, are to deliver for the people customer service, to invest in their employees, to invest in their community, to have ethical business practices, to be trustworthy, and to make all of that enjoyable, simple, and prosperous. And so every time there's a decision to be made, when a customer is upset or we're getting ready to try to serve a customer's needs, or they are, then they always go back to, am I delivering for the people customer service? Like, do I have my heart on that customer? Knowing that, there's a point when you still have to generate revenue. You still have to make it prosperous, enjoyable, simple, and prosperous. You can't let them just bend you over every day. But is what I'm doing aligning with what our core values are? So those are some of the important parts of the core values of this company. And let's look at another one. So this next company has theirs also ready for their employees, so they have them at their hand every day. And the sales team actually recites these every morning at their morning meeting. So they know what they are. They don't even have to have the card. They just know what they are already. So they're called We Are Premier. And they kind of broke it down like an acronym right there. So professional. We are well-trained, knowledgeable, and prepared. Respectful. We listen with empathy. Engaging. We are personable and interested in solving our customers' needs. Memorable. We are unique and creative. Innovative. We provide custom solutions. Enthusiastic. We are excited about the opportunity to help every customer every time. Reliable. We are trustworthy, consistent, and we live with integrity. Now, those are the things that are core valuables. And at the top of this, where it says core values, it says non-negotiable rule of behavior. That's awesome. And there's so many companies out there that don't have this defined yet. And that's really sad because they don't have a guiding principle when they need to take action. They don't have anything to guide them. And so I know this seems like it's gotten off topic from your brand, but it's not. Your core values are where your brand starts. You know, what does Shelley Automotive Group stand for? When people think about you, what do they think about you? How do they think that you treat customers? How do they think that you treat your employees? How do they think about you in the community? Those are the things that create your brand, not some logo and color scheme. It really is about the life and the breath in your company. So at this point, you're probably thinking, gosh, I thought I knew who we were. I thought I knew we're Reliable Ford. Ford's our brand, right? Ford. No. What's the reliable part mean? Like, you named your company Reliable Ford. What did you want people to think about the reliable portion in your name? Now it's your job to go and be that, do that, live that, breathe that, and cascade that down to your employees. They work at Reliable Ford. Why is it Reliable Ford? Why is it called that? And find out to you why it's called that, what you want people to think of when they think of Reliable Ford or Shelley Automotive Group or Friendly Chevrolet. What does that portion of it mean? Because that's your brand, that's your legacy, that's what you're going to leave behind, and that's the thing that you have to live up to every day. That when you make those tough decisions, that you're making them according to what your brand is. So I know this seems a little bit heavy and it can be a little bit daunting. We help companies with this all the time. If you need some help defining what your brand looks like and what your core values should look like, we'll be glad to help you. Just click on the link down below, find us at socialclimberpro.com, hit us up, and then we'll be glad to visit with you more about this. But defining this can change your company, can change your dealership, can change your business. More than that, it can change the lives of you, your employees, and your community. All right, have a great day. Bye.